All right, we are back here. My apologies for whatever happened. I have no idea. I was live on my iPhone and then it just randomly just shut off the live stream. I mean, sometimes I'm able to sign right back into YouTube and then I can open the app up, but it just closed the app up. I opened the app up and I wasn't able to join back on the live stream. So I do apologize. This is, I guess, a part two to what I was talking about on my first live stream. Ghost are back, rolling with me. What's good, my bro? I want to become a member, but I can't find the link. It may not be available on. Sometimes it's not available on iPhones, and yeah, I don't. I used to have a link. Maybe I should put a link in my description. I know that on like a desktop, like if you're on a computer, it has like a join button to do like the memberships. And I appreciate that. Thank you for wanting to help your boy, Omar Gosh TV. Thank you so much. What's up, Charlene? What's up, Rachel? Hey, Wayne. How you doing, man? Uh Dewdrops. Sarah loves exploring. I love that name. Doreen. Hey, Amy. Hey, Amy in Japan. What is good, Doreen? What time is it? I'm really curious. What time is it in Japan? Man, I had like 700 people on the stream earlier and it just like cut off. So, what the heck was that noise? Oh, that was really strange. Just heard a weird noise. I want to drive my new toy to Florida and visit. That's awesome. You should definitely do that. I'm going to be in California next week, though. Sheesh, so many other people stuck in the other. I know. Maybe we could somehow get to that other stream, and because it is still open. You know what? Let me do that. Yeah, it is. Let me see. There's um 55 people there, like just chilling. I don't know what happened. It just like shut off. So yeah, that was really strange that it did that. So I went ahead and just went live on my laptop. That's what I'm using right now. What's up, Autumn? How you doing? Hi, Mandy. Glenda, thank you. Velvet, how you doing, fam? Velvet's from Nevada. I saw a chupacabra once. What? Please let me know. I'd like to hear your story on that. Mo Shed. Hey, what is up? Hey, Judy. That's right. We are back. It is the universe telling you to go to bed. You know what? I do need to go to bed soon. That's why like I was gonna go live here for a little bit. I promised my members that I would do a members only live stream, and then I was like, well, I mean, I kind of did promise I'd go live again, but we got stuck on the ocean. That was the bad news. We got stuck on the ocean again. But this time it was worse because my motor just completely like just stopped working, which really stinks because now I don't know like what am I gonna do now? Sorry, had to restart my membership. Vodka, Vamp. Hey, thank you so much. But no, that's cool. Thank you for being a member. Big shout out to like my members, people that believe in me and I look at memberships like it's kind of like a way to encourage your favorite creator and like, hey, you're doing a good job. It's like a pat on the back. Like, hey, thank you so much for what you do. And it does help. It's an amazing way to help your favorite YouTubers. I'm members to some channels myself, just to let some YouTubers know that hey, like he cares about me. You know what I mean? So that's awesome. Double D Paranormal Adventures. Thank you. Hey Tama, glad you're home. I'm glad I'm home too. So nice. Hey Dee Dee Pittman, I finally got to get on a live. Hey, that's what's up. First time here at the live stream. Jason Plants. Hey Omar, how you doing? I'm Jason from Talmadge, Ohio. Love your channels. Hey, thank you. Thank you for being here. Smash that like button, Tasha said. Hugs to you all. What up, Tiger Tail? Nicole, tomorrow is my birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. I just became a first time homeowner. Whoa. Hey, congratulations, Trish. That's definitely a great feeling. It's an amazing feeling. I remember the first time I bought like my first house. It's such a good feeling. And believe it or not, I did not consider myself handy whatsoever until I became a homeowner. And that is when like my trips to Home Depot started. And they didn't have YouTube back in those days. I would go to Home Depot and I didn't have money to buy these expensive books they had too. They had the like thick books of how to do things and stuff. I would just look through the books. I'm like, okay, this is how you do this plumbing pipe and blah 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 blah. And sometimes I would even have the workers. I'd be like, hey, can you copy this page for me for free? And then I would take it home, and then it's a trial and error thing. Just get your hands dirty. Now you have YouTube. I mean, if you need to fix anything at all, like I'm working on my jet ski right now because it's like messed up. That's the thing too. It's like my boat's messed up now and my jet ski's messed up. And I love, man, I'm like a damn fish. I love being on the water. It's not broken though. My arms. And I could go kayaking, but yeah, I love the water. And we're so close. When you're in Florida, like you got to take advantage of being out in the water. Rolling with me. Do you know where Mike Hunt? I actually knew a guy named Mike Hunt, believe it or not. Eddie, what's good? Please show Omar some love. Hey, that's my homie right there. Beautiful family, by the way, too. Thank you, Stack Pack. Sorry I'm late, man. How's it going, my friend? Doing great, doing great. I'm glad we got a couple people here. I know it's late. It's almost midnight. I usually don't have yeah, I usually don't go live at this time, which is, there's like a couple hundred people here. I mean, that's okay. All you guys are very special to me. Even if it's real late, you're my late night fan. Omar, you should do some unboxing videos. Like what kind of unboxing videos? Because I'm not much of a boxer, but I could unbox. Brady Bunch, what's up, fam? It's Brandy Bunch here. Hey, I like that name. Wait, is it Brandy Bunch or Brady Bunch? Are you coming to Vegas? Yes, I will be in Vegas for one night, just one night. So I don't know. We have a couple of things planned. It's I don't know if we'll be able to do any meetups in Vegas. If we do, they're going to be like very quick. And sometimes it's no such thing. You'll do a meetup and then you end up spending several hours at a meetup, which that's fine. I love going to meetups and spending a couple hours. But when you're on a schedule and you're so far away from home and you have to meet that schedule and you got so many videos to film and then you have to edit in between and then you still got to find time to sleep and eat and go poopy, like it's so hard to just do everything that you want to do in such a short time. And a week is really not that much, but we get a lot done in a week, man. Me and my boy James and a couple other my friends, when we go on some of these trips, we grind, and it's awesome the way we can come back and have a plethora of videos. I mean, see, like I got like a video library, all these SD cards of I think I might have like 8 videos that y'all haven't seen yet, but that's for me, it's getting low. I got to build on top of that library, and I got a couple really cool places that I've wanted to go. I'm waiting to hear back from the Omen House, which is connected to if you're into the Manson family, like the murders and stuff, it's connected to that. I'm trying to get a video done there. Ghost Adventures went there, and Zach Bagans supposedly, out of the 6 hours that he was at this house, he was only able to spend 3 hours there, and he was locked in. So I mean, that says a lot about how haunted this place is, and that may be one of the locations that we have locked up. When are you coming back to Connecticut? I don't know. I would say maybe in the summertime, and that's why I got our house up there. Vegas was deadly summertime. It can get hot in Vegas. I don't know if that's what you're talking about. So what up, Guitar Missy? Dustin, what's up? Donna, hey Omar from Toledo. You need to come back and check out the Collingwood Arts Building. Hey Keely, I just got here. What did I miss? Okay, so in my first video that I did right before this one, I was mentioning how my boat's motor just took a crap. And I mean, it was if you want to see some of those videos, I mean, I even have the guy coming in on the jet ski and rescuing us. It was pretty cool. Boston was like falling asleep because we were stuck out there. It wasn't long. Like we just got back just a little bit ago, but I do have those videos up on my Instagram story if you go on like the story. And it was cold. We had like this little cold front here in Florida, even though the weather's been nice. Hi, Monica and JC. But yeah, it was freezing cold out there. and it got windy. That's what it was. It was more like the wind. What's up, Holly? How you doing? Alyssa, how you doing? Are you gonna come back to Minnesota, or are you ever going to come to Minnesota? Dark Butterfly said. That is for sure on my list of places to go. Everyday treasures. What's good, bro? Did you catch anything? We caught like little fish, like just but we had fun. That's what it's all about. When you go fishing, I mean, it doesn't really matter if you catch any. I mean, it is kind of nice if you catch something, but if you don't, like, there's nothing wrong with that. It's the whole experience of being out in the water. I love being out in the water. Anytime I'm out in the water, it's just a pure relaxation and joy for me. I mean, we work a lot around here, and we're always busy. So I mean, anytime you get to like go and enjoy the place that you live at is awesome. When you're up north, I mean, it could be like going and doing some bird watching. I mean, when the weather gets nice, or going skiing, things like that. Like, it's very important to embrace our surroundings wherever we live, and find. I mean, there's some of us that like don't appreciate enough where we live. I know when I used to live up north, like, everybody's like, "Oh, it's so cold. I want to go down to Florida." And I mean, it's like there is like so much nature and beauty up north too, and like seeing the hand of God change the seasons. Like, there's just something so special about that, and there's things to do. And I mean, here in Florida, like, it's like it's a little cold and it's just warm, so you don't get much of those seasons. But we do have beautiful areas here, and every place on earth has beauty. Like, hell, like, even believe it or not, like, when you go out west, and you have to experience it for yourself, so you know what I'm talking about. When you go out to the west coast and see like the desert, uh, that starts like in Texas and New Mexico into Arizona and Nevada, like, and into California, like, it's just so beautiful. Like, you wouldn't think that a desert can be so beautiful, but like the mountains, and just like it's just a different kind of beauty. You would have to visit the desert to know what I'm talking about. And it can get cold in the desert. People always think that deserts are like always warm or hot, and it's just blistering hot. Like, it can get windy and really cold in the desert. But yeah, I love going out. I am so excited about going to the desert next week. Hey, Omar, just wanted to say hello from Rhode Island. Love the Conjuring video you did. Hey, thank you so much. Are you ever gonna come to Rhode Island again? Yes, of course. Um, Anytime I go to Connecticut, I always hit up like Rhode Island. I wanna I wanna go up to like Boston, Massachusetts, and hit up like Maine. I've never been to Maine. I've never been to Boston. So I know Tiffany wants to go to Boston to because her son's name, well, our son's name is Boston. So she wants to go up there and check it out. What about Arkansas? I don't think I've ever been to Arkansas. Maybe I've driven through Arkansas. Good to see you too. What up, Exploring with Fluffy? And hey, if I go to Cali, I don't know, man. If you guys want to meet up with us one night, maybe have dinner with us. I'm gonna be more in LA, and I know you're down in San Diego. It's probably gonna be my first trip that I don't go to San Diego. When is the wedding? Hillary said. We don't have a date yet, but yeah, I'm not in a huge rush. Rena, what is up? God's beautiful creations. That is true. Are you and Mo going to do some more videos, or did he go back home? So I think he's going back home for a day or so. He's like working on like a big project right now, and I can't really talk about it. Like, I know what he's doing, but I can't talk about it. And we got to film yeah, we got to film quite a bit. There's some videos that I've made that I just haven't released yet, just because I've been so busy filming other videos. And I have a couple of them like halfway edited. He did release a video that I'm in, where that I haven't released yet, where we went to Gatorland, and that's a really cool video because we're feeding these, like, we fed like some of the biggest gators. Like, we were this close to them, and like we almost got bit a couple times. That's a very cool video. But if you guys want to see that, go check his channel out. My video's not out yet, but will you ever come to Sacramento, Cali? My husband wants to move to Florida. Hey, if you live in Cali and you love California, but you don't like the high taxes, the high cost of living, you would absolutely love Florida. Florida is, in my opinion, when I go to California, it reminds me of Florida, but in a way, it's a little different too. It's just a different beauty, but we have palm trees. It's very similar. I feel like Florida is a little bit more tropical than California, but it has like similarities, like with the type of trees we have and type of trees that California has. The weather, I feel it's consistently nicer though in California. They get less rain. We get a lot more rain in Florida, but our cost of living is awesome. Like it's still, I mean, for a Floridian, like you think to yourself, like, damn, prices are getting high when it comes to real estate. But you go to California, it's like quadruple, like insane. I mean, I know y'all's gases are really high. So hey, your husband, I think he's onto something there. But hey, thank you so much, Vicky, for that. I've never been to Sacramento though. Wanting to go. That'd be cool. Sam and Kobe meetup. I don't personally talk to them all the time. I follow Sam and Sam follows me. I've met them a couple of times, like at like YouTube, like what was the one, Playlist Live? It was a couple years back, and they're really nice guys. Really, I mean, just like most other YouTubers, like we stay very busy. I may meet up with Elton though from TFIL, which is like one of their best friends. I talk to him every once in a while, and we were talking about maybe do. We've never collaborated before, and I think it's fun, like kind of seeing how other people in your industry do things. And it was kind of the same thing when I used to be a hairdresser. Like it was always fun seeing the way other hairdressers maybe did the same haircut you did. And you're like, oh wow, like that's, and you kind of learn things, you learn some new techniques, and you kind of off of each other and show each other like some different techniques, you know what I mean? So that's always important when it comes to like collaborations, things like that. I think that's really cool. Give a shout out to Seth at touch too. Sorry, I can't read that. Well, shout out to I can't read the rest of that Apache, but shout out to Seth for sure. Abby, hey Omar, it's always nice to see your live video. I'm cold. I have a fever. Oh no. Hey, wishing you well. Speedy recovery for you. That's terrible. I was sick like that like a month ago, and it was no fun. Oh, what up, Fallen Angel? Hey, I think my super chat glitch. Did it go? Hey, it's okay. I didn't see any other super chats here, but if you did send one, thank you so much. Very much appreciated. Um, sorry, I didn't get to see all these chats here. Tennessee sent you an email about a haunted cemetery in my town, complete with Civil War history and Civil War church that was used as a hospital. That's pretty dope. That's pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie, like I love cemeteries and all, but like for me to go to a cemetery, it has to be like that. Like it has to have some really cool history, and that's cool history about the Civil War and stuff like that. But I try to like cemeteries are so like status quo, if that makes any sense. Like they're so cliche. That's the better word. Like when you think of somewhere haunted, that's like the first thing I think of, like a haunted cemetery, because they're all haunted in my opinion. I feel like every cemetery is haunted. But I love just if I go to a cemetery, I love if it has some really crazy off the wall history. You know what I mean? Because I feel like that's what a lot of, and I mean, like when you do creepy videos, like I feel like that's kind of what everybody does. Like they go to cemeteries and I don't know. I like to be different, stand out, go to really unique places and have unique history, whether it's a cemetery or like a school or somewhere cool and haunted. Didn't mean that for to rhyme, but I guess it did. Did you and Tiffany make it back to the Ozarks in Missouri? Monica said, funny story about that. Funny you should ask, Monica. So I kind of explained this. I think I did, maybe I didn't. We went to Dallas because I surprised Tiffany with a Dallas Cowboys game, and it was fun. We had a good time. We ended up coming back with COVID. Mm, yeah, like I mean, it doesn't matter if I'm vaccinated or not. Like I caught COVID, and Tiffany caught COVID too. I got it much worse than she did. I never caught COVID like that, and we had an entire trip planned before the Dallas trip. The Dallas trip was just like hey, we're gonna go for the weekend and it'll be fun. I found tickets like really cheap. I mean, it was like a round trip. It ended up costing me like $350 for the both of us. Like it was so cheap. We end up coming back and we're fine. It was the very next day I started getting this like tickle like in my chest, and I knew right away. For some reason, I knew that I had caught COVID because we were the only one wearing masks, and I was wearing a double mask. I had an N95 mask, and I mean, I guess it goes to show you masks aren't always effective. That's I don't want to like get into political stuff, okay? Because I'm not that person, but I caught COVID. No one was like it seemed like there wasn't very many people. Yeah, no one was wearing masks at the not that like I said, some people are against them. But I got sick. We were real close to a lot of people and it sucked. But long story short, we uh we had a whole trip planned to go to the Ozarks and go to Missouri and spend a week there. We had our Airbnb for the week. It was just going to be vacation just for me and Tiff because every time we go on trips, it's usually to film. And I know some of you think like when we go on these trips are like vacations and we have fun. And yes, there's some truth to that. We do have fun filming, but it's not fun like we're going on a vacation and it's fun. It's work, 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 work. No sleep, no sleep, no sleep. It's a lot of grinding, and it's not as fun as you would think it would be. When I brought Tiff on one of those excursions once, she was like, "This is what you do? Like this is hard. Like I don't think people really understand." But make the best of it, and it is fun. Going on adventures is fun, but when you're limited on time. But yeah, that's the story behind the whole Missouri thing. We wanted to go so bad, and we ended up losing. We lost like $1,000 like for that trip, and I was kind of upset. But the way I look at it is like, okay, we lost $1,000, but you know what? We didn't lose our lives because COVID, is taking a lot of people's lives. And I, maybe the second night that I had it, I really thought that I was gonna not make it. Like it was bad. Like I ended up in the hospital. Um, it was tough. It was really tough. And it wasn't anything about not being able to breathe. It was like the stomach problems that I was having that night. It was terrible, terrible. And I mean, I couldn't take the pain. It was, oh my God. Ugh. Did you see their videos? A cop did a prank on the Ireland boys. No, I didn't see it. Ireland boys are my homies, but I have a lot of homies and I don't really watch all everybody's videos. James asked, "What is the scariest place you've been to?" I would have to say, scariest place I've ever been to. I mean, I've been to a lot of scary places. Um, It would have to I would have to say the old Pittsburgh South Hospital, or wait, Old South Pittsburgh Hospital. I don't know if it's Old South Pittsburgh Hospital or Old Pittsburgh South. But yeah, it's in Tennessee. It's not in Pittsburgh, but Old Pittsburgh, I guess, is a town in Tennessee, real close to Chattanooga area. And that place was I did a couple of videos there. That's probably one of the scariest places that I've been to. And thank you for the super chat. Stack Pack. Hey Omar, you ever planning on coming to Western Washington? It's beautiful there. Yeah, I'm definitely up to go to Washington again one day. We went last summer. Wendy, thank you for that super sticker. That looks like a Shiba Inu holding a heart. Thank you for that. Tiff Rock, she's awesome. Yes, she is. Rena, thank you for that. Don't forget to like the video. You guys have to come to Vegas. I will be there Tuesday. I think Tuesday or Wednesday. Actually, Wednesday. I'll be there Wednesday. Mine is Annabelle Cemetery at night. Yeah. That was pretty creepy for sure. Mama Rock, what's good, fam? Oh, I think he was referring to Washington State, not Washington D.C. I get confused too. You got D.C. and D.C. I think it's I think it's the smallest state in the United States. It's very small. Like if you look on the map, you have like Virginia, and then you got like D.C. It's like real little like that. It's a city and it's a state. It's like really small. Sending love from Ireland. What's up? Balenci, Cat, love you. Lori, I saw a news story about a mass grave found at a local Florida high school. Whoa, I gotta check that out. I'm always intrigued about stuff like that, like people like lost graves. Did the police find something in the woods? Oh, you're talking about the Annabelle Cemetery. I never heard back from the police. We gave them the report, said we heard screaming. I caught it on camera. Like I caught the screaming on camera. You could even hear what sounded like, maybe it sounded like a shotgun or something. I have no idea what it was. I still to this day do not know. Like the cops never called me, and yeah, it was that was mind-boggling for sure, but that was scary. Like, that place was that haunted, I mean, that we had to call the cops. That's the way I kinda looked at it. Kayla, my dream is to meet you. Hey, that's awesome, man. Thank you. Yeah, today while we were at Boston's football game, a fam of ours, they came up and they were like, "Omar, Omar," and then like I'm here, I'm like trying to see if I recognize, who's saying hi to me, and she's like, "It's okay, I'm just a fan," and she said that she saw my video where I was saying, "Don't be afraid to come say hello to me," and she was encouraged to come and say hello. And I mean, that's what any YouTuber that you may see like out in the street, like I mean, I with the exception of maybe a few, but like we actually enjoy when you come over and say hi to us. It's great. It actually made my day seeing how happy somebody was to because sometimes we forget like that we're looked at not that we're looked at differently. I mean, we're just human beings. We're regular people, but sometimes we forget that when we're out in public and we're just doing regular people stuff and somebody's like, wow, like sometimes it's like a reality check like, hey man, like you're that important to someone's life, you know what I mean? So it means a lot when you come and say hello. In other words, I don't know if I said that right, but that's what I meant to say. Thank you, Rob, and thank you, Cookie. Would you ever consider coming to Australia? You know what scares me about going to Australia? And it's not your giant spiders, but they'll scare me too. But it's the crocodiles. Like the crocodiles in Australia, like they eat people and they like eating people. There's, I guess, so many deaths. I think it's the saltwater crocodile, and I've seen them at Gatorland. They have a couple of them at Gatorland. Oh my god, like those things are scary, and they like eating humans. Savannah has a best friend, crocodile. Yeah, she has a best friend crocodile, and she said, "Yeah, he'll still eat me, even though she's trained him and she feeds him." And yeah, it's crazy. Hi Omar, you are a blessing. So are you, Doreen. And thank you for that. That's so kind, man. We have the best fam here all the time, and you guys are so encouraging. I hope you encourage other people in your life the way you encourage me. It really means a lot. I'm surprised how few people actually recognize YouTubers in real life. Believe it or not, like I mean, I guess we kind of we all blend in, but there's some people out there that they'll see a YouTuber or some content creator or whatever, and they're right away, what's the word? Terrified. Like they're scared to go up to them and say hello, or I mean, there's a better word for that. Um, can't come to me right now. I don't know. It's late, but they're scared. They get intimidated. That's the word, intimidated. They're intimidated because they think like they're gonna be mad or something. They're gonna be mad if they ask for a picture. Like, man, come up to. I've even caught some people, like I'll be at a restaurant and they're like taking pictures of me. I'm like, bro, just come talk to me, man. I'm not gonna bite you. Like, you could come and take a picture with me. It's all good. Yeah, but that's the funniest thing that I've seen like happen. Like people just kind of trying to secretly like record or like take pictures. I'm like I'm just a person, man. You can come talk to me. I'm not gonna bite you hard. Wish I had the support I give people, but I'm not because my fam is not supportive. Sherry, it's interesting you say that because that support that you're talking about, it doesn't happen overnight. Like I'll tell you a funny story. When I first started my YouTube channel, I had I'm just gonna be blunt and say I had my own brother, my flesh and blood brother. I love my brother, and not just my brother, but a few of my other family members tell me that what I was doing was stupid. And they thought that what I was doing was stupid. And when I would try to show them a video of mine, even years later, they would be like, eh, you know what I mean? Like they didn't want to see my videos. And then when their friends started being like, yo, is this your brother? This is your brother right here. And that's that's when that's when he was like, yo, like, damn, I guess what he's doing is actually really important. So in other words, everybody's story is different. That's my story. When it comes to any kind of support, whether it's for content creation or going to college or anything like that, it doesn't happen overnight, but it starts with you supporting yourself. If you believe strongly in your heart, wholeheartedly, that what you want to do is what you want to do and you love that, it's going to work out, but it all starts with you supporting yourself first. And of course, saying your prayers at night. But just be consistent with it, because when you fail, it proves those people right. And it's good to prove those people wrong when you actually succeed in whatever it is that you want to do. My dad would care. My dad would care. He hasn't bought me anything nice. I gave up because he would call my stuff stuff. I don't understand that, but I mean, yeah. Curious, why do you never do full investigations when you go to places with equipment? Nighthawk asks. Well, that is a very good question with a very simple answer. I am not a paranormal investigator. And I'm just gonna go on and say I've never been a paranormal investigator. People, say, "Hey, Omar, the ghost hunter." I'm not even a ghost hunter. I like to tell stories of places that I go. I like to maybe do a little bit of an investigation, maybe kind of test things here and there, but I am not a paranormal investigator. That's why I don't do full investigations. In my opinion, I've been on full investigations. They're not my cup of tea. And I mean, I'm gonna be blunt and say it. Hopefully, I don't upset anybody. They're boring. I like to explore. Like I don't like sitting in the dark in a chair listening to a spirit box for like 3 hours. I've been on some of these investigations with other people. I'm not saying that they're boring people or anything, but some of these people that like to document the paranormal, they spend a lot of time and it's very tedious. It's very tedious. But when you're just sitting in the same place of a huge haunted location and you're just in one place, I feel like you can catch so much more if you're exploring every nook and cranny of this haunted location. So that's just me. Everybody does things different, but just to answer your question, why I don't do full investigations, because I'm more of an explorer. I like to tell stories and explore. I'm not into like just doing these all out paranormal investigations. I find them boring in my opinion. Um, I love when you say, I know. I say that a lot. If you lived with me, you'd get tired of it because I say it a lot. I couldn't sit still either. Yeah, see, I have ADHD, and that's like when for some of my people here in the comments that have ADHD, you would understand that you can't sit still. Like that's, I'm always like, I'm the only person awake in the house right now. Like I woke up at the same time everybody else woke up, and I'm still awake. Tiffany's knocked out. James is knocked out. My daughter is knocked out. Like everybody's knocked out, right? Boston, he fell asleep on the boat when we were getting rescued by the jet ski, So it's a thing. You can't sit still. You got to be moving around. You got to be exploring. She was like, "What if I met Omar before you, mom?" She was teasing, "Hey, Susie, that would be cool." I'm a history buff. I would rather explore and learn stuff. How do you go to these places, work out, or without being afraid? It comes with, I guess, practice. You know what I mean? It's just like I always think, okay, this is just something that I think of sometimes when someone is performing live at like a theater or something. Like if you ever been to like a live performance, like a comedy club or things like that, or maybe a live drama, I always think to myself, like, those people, like, they're like, how are they not afraid, or how are they not laughing when they get to a scene that should be kind of funny? And it's something that comes with practice. And I've gone to so many scary places. I'm not saying that I still don't get scared. I get scared sometimes when I go to places, but yeah, sometimes you just like after repetitiveness, like you're not scared anymore. But I like all these questions, man. Hit me with some more questions because I know some of you guys are curious when it comes to certain things. Yes, I know I be saying too all the time. No, that's my wish when I go to Florida to Tampa to visit my son. Hey, Carmen, Omar, I'm going to hopeful be starting my own YouTube soon. I just wanted to let you know it's all because of you. Hey, I'm glad that me, Mo, and CJ inspired you to do that. I think everybody that does a YouTube channel is inspired in some way or another from another YouTuber. My inspiration happened to be a YouTuber by the name of Ed Bassmaster. And he's actually like, I mean, he's not a close friend, but he's an acquaintance of mine that I have talked to. And it was somebody that I met in person later on after like I was already doing YouTube and I thanked him in person. I'm like, "Hey man, if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have been doing YouTube videos." I started doing like prank videos and it was really cool. He still makes videos. One of the funniest guys on YouTube. If you haven't seen his videos, Ed Bassmaster, he does like he has these different characters. Like the guy belongs on SNL. Like he is so natural when it comes to like some people like have to like force themselves to be funny. Like he just is naturally funny and very, very good actor too. Loretta, hello Omar. Got a question. You posted twice two home videos of you and Tiff sleeping and hearing noises, front door banging. I believe it was your home while sleeping. Did you get rid of it? Oh, I okay, no. I think you're talking about a video that I did when I was at an Airbnb in Virginia, where the door was it was like the door opening and closing, and I I'm pretty sure that's what you're. Let me know if that's what you were talking about. And I did do a video there, and it was just randomly things started happening. I grabbed my phone and started recording, and we made a video. Um, was joking with my son. I said about 12 a.m. challenge at the local park. He was ready to go. Hey Omar, have you any ideas yet on places you want to visit in New York while you are up here? I have lots of suggestions. Hey Michelle, so what part of I know you told me before what part of New York? Well, I partially live because I'm gonna be living there in the summer. It's in Western New York, right outside of Buffalo, like between Buffalo and Erie, Pennsylvania. I think I'm closer to Erie, Pennsylvania, but I will be up there in June and most of July. So I'll be up there like almost 2 months. And I could pretty much go anywhere. Like, I mean, I thought about New York's a big state. People don't realize it. Like, I tell people like, hey, I have a house in New York, and they're like, ooh, you must have paid a lot of money for it. I ain't paid that much. I paid 30 grand for my house up there, and I got a suite. I feel like that was such a sweet deal for a house like in like it was so cool. I actually never even shared that with you. So yeah, on the $30,000 I paid for the house. Taxes are still high. It's New York State, but New York State, like you can like the city is 6 hours away from like that part of New York. Yeah, 30 is not bad at all. Yeah, not in this like economy right now. Like houses are going for, I mean, here in our area in Spring Hill, houses are going 30 to $40,000 above asking price. So if you're asking $300,000 for your house, somebody's going to come along and pay 30, 40 grand, maybe even more above it because there's just a shortage in properties for sale. Jenny, what's up? Haven't been hard time. Been having hard time. Thank you for helping me feel. Aw, hey, you can talk to me anytime, Jenny. I hope you're doing all right. I hope things get better for you, fam. Sarah said, Omar, how many times has anything ever followed you back home? I know you always say you're not allowed to follow me home, but yes. Oh gosh. So that is such a good question. I'm gonna say something though. I felt like things followed me more when I started going to creepy places. Now, like I said, I'm not a paranormal investigator, but my earlier roots when I started doing these kind of videos, I was hanging out with a couple paranormal investigators here and there, doing some explores with some of them, and they were using spirit boxes and stuff like that. But even without using spirit boxes, I feel like things could kind of follow you. That's why I'm kind of against spirit boxes. I feel like you could kind of open the doors to something evil. when you use them. But yeah, to answer your question, it happened a lot in the very beginning of doing explore. So I mean, if you're just getting into like ghost hunting or exploring some creepy places, it takes time. Like, I mean, I wouldn't use spirit boxes. Like, don't do that. If you're new to paranormal investigating, like, go with somebody that knows what they're doing. Start with a prayer, end with a prayer. Tell, hey, you can't follow me back home. You got to say those things. But I felt the more I feared, that makes any sense at all. The more I feared something, the more something would follow me back home. And Dragon King, thank you so much for that super chat. Austin said, me and my fiance watch your channel all the time. You seem down to earth kind of guy. Keep up the great videos. Much love. Hey, thank you, Austin. Hey, what you see is what you get. Anybody that meets me in person that watches my videos, they always say, hey, dude, you're the same guy. And I mean, I try not to ever like I don't have to break character or anything like this is who I am naturally. I don't have to act or do anything different or be fake. Like this is who I am. Vicky, thank you so much. My husband Matt wants to know if you've ever swam with dolphins. I've never wait, I'm okay. Something I'm not proud of, but yes, I did swim with a dolphin one time. But it was in captivity. So SeaWorld has this, and I think it's great. I mean, I'm not a huge fan of SeaWorld, but um, they have a location in Orlando. It's called Discovery Cove, and it's owned by SeaWorld. And you get to swim with dolphins there. And I am not like before I was educated on all of that, like I did, and like I said, I'm not proud of it. I still would recommend the place because I like the place, but yes, I did swim with dolphins there. Not something that I would do ever again, though, because I don't like seeing dolphins in captivity. Now, have I been kayaking or maybe out on my jet ski? I keep saying jet ski is wave runner and seen dolphins. I have tons of videos of some. There was a video that Mo and I did. We were like maybe this far away from a pod of dolphins. It was the coolest thing. Mo sticks his GoPro on the like the GoPro like selfie stick, and he puts it underwater, and you can see all these dolphin heads. It was so cool. Love seeing dolphins in just out in the open waters. Hate seeing them in captivity. So yeah, that's I have swam with them, but in captivity, and I'm not proud of it. Uh, but that was like 10 years ago or so. Would you ever do videos with Al Capone? Yeah, Al Capone's my boy, man. We talk all the time. He did invite me to go to Brushy Mountain recently, but I wasn't able to go. I was in New York when he did. But yeah, he's a cool guy. When are you and Tiff ever gonna get married? Or what are you waiting for? It's kind of complicated, but we're not in a rush. But it's gonna happen. It'll happen one day. Omar, do I grow my YouTube? I do vlogs, but I wanna do what you do, but in vlog style. How do I go about it? I'm not sure what your question is. If you're just asking like how to grow, CBP TV. That's like the $1 million question. I mean, I'm trying to figure that out. I've been on YouTube for 10 years now. I mean, yeah, like I have I have growth on my channel. If I had to give any advice, is to just make the best content that you possibly can and be hard on yourself. I know that's tough to hear. You have to be hard on yourself. Uh, I mean, some people are going to be mean and they'll be hard on you. Take constructive criticism with a grain of salt, but it's okay to be hard on yourself. If you feel like I mean, like I'm being hard on myself because I uploaded a video this morning on this channel that it took me an entire week to, I mean, not talking about like, oh, just a little bit here, a little bit there. I'm talking about night and day, filming, editing on one video. I put the video out and it underperformed like probably the worst that a video has ever underperformed on my channel. I mean, it was bad. But you know what you do? You don't get discouraged. You don't give up. You just go back to the drawing board and try again. So that's my advice. Try to, I mean, it was a great video. Everybody that watched it loved it. If you don't know what video I'm talking about the prank video that I uploaded this morning. Everybody that's watched that video is just, I mean, they're laughing hysterically. Some people have said they've never laughed that much in their entire life, and it's worth a really good laugh. James and I, while we were making this video, were laughing our butts off. With that said, though, sometimes YouTube metrics and analytics, they're funny and they're weird, and they take a video and they're like, well, I mean, his audience usually likes scary videos, so it seems like these people aren't really interested in a funny video because it's a different emotion, and maybe the video underperforms because of that, but maybe later on it'll take off. That's happened before too. You can't let things discourage you, and that's my advice: is try to make the videos as interesting as possible. In other words, like, okay, for example, that video that I posted this morning, it's right around 18 minutes long. If you watch that video, I easily could have made that video an hour and 20 minutes long with all the footage that we had, because we had a lot of footage. We had a lot of behind the scenes footage. Like, yeah, about an hour, yeah, hour and 20 minutes or so. We condensed that video to 18 minutes. But if you watch that 18 minutes, like my son said, it felt like 2 minutes when he was done watching it. So if you could, like, I mean, simple things like, okay, for example, let's say you're vlogging and, like, you turn your camera over. That's a simple cut that I do in my videos. Instead of like going from here and like showing me move the camera, I just go from here, cut, and then I start my fresh, cut from that angle. So I mean, it's real simple things like that that, it's very important. People have a very low attention span, especially if they've never seen your videos before. So I'm not saying that I'm like God or anything like that, but I have a lot of knowledge when it comes to YouTube, and I'm very open in helping anybody that wants to learn what I've learned over the course of 10 years. And YouTube's always changing too. That's the thing, is you have to adjust. So what is the band on your wrist? Hey, this is it's like one of those magnetic bands, like a balance band. I got it, believe it or not, I got it in Las Vegas and I still have it. So yeah, it's called performance technology, and it's supposed to help balance you out. That's what it is. Wacky Witch TV. What would Omar do? T-shirts coming soon. Oh man, how you doing? How you doing? That's my homie right there. Might come see you, by the way. What is a good brand of camera to buy? Hey, if you have one of these, everybody has them. Most people have them. Perfect camera to use, especially when you're starting out YouTube. They didn't have great cameras. Like when I was starting YouTube 10 years ago, they had a flip. If you don't know what a flip camera is, it was like the size of like a cell phone. Yeah, this is my SD card case, but it was kind of the size of this, maybe a little bit bigger. And the camera was up here, and it recorded in 720. It was $300 or $400. It was a terrible camera, but it was like the first compact camera, and I think it was pretty great for what it was 10 years ago. But I mean, nowadays, like, we have such great phones that some of these are in 4K. I mean, even older phones are filmed in 4K. So, um, in my opinion, the best camera is the one that you have available. That's my opinion when it comes to what, because people ask that all the time. I mean, I use Sony cameras. I have a Canon camera also. I like my Sony cameras. This is my other Sony camera. This is my main camera that I use. It's a Sony A7C. And yeah, I'm not one of those YouTubers that I like to, oh, don't tell them about what don't tell them the camera you use. I mean, I spent a lot of hours of research and like what's the best lens, what's the best format, what's the best, editing style. And I mean, I'm very open to sharing that with anybody. Because somebody shared it with me, you know what I mean? So that's okay, even if it's from research. I loved your videos, especially the prank video you did with the fam. Hey, that's what's up. Are you gonna do more of those videos? Funny you asked. We are. We actually filmed one today and yesterday. So it was like a 2-day film. and we filmed them with those cameras that I showed you. And I have these. These are really cool. They don't make these anymore, but see, there's a little camera right there. This is what started like my prank videos, because one of the hardest thing to do when you do prank videos is hiding a camera, because you don't want to just like, oh hey, about to go in. That's why a lot of prank videos that you see nowadays are like staged, because there's nothing wrong, they're still funny, but it's so hard to hide a camera and still get an authentic reaction from somebody. So this is the best thing. But yeah, these are called pivot head sunglasses, and you have to kind of remember that this is on your head, and you could get a lot shaken and stuff. But yeah, we filmed a couple camera angles with these sunglasses, and a couple camera angles with like our cell phones, with these cameras when we were able to maybe film from the car and stuff. So Lori Hinkle said, "Great advice." Hey, and any advice that I can give to my homies here in the comments, you let me know. Adult hyperactivity, shiny object disorder. I like that. Yes, those videos were so cool. Hey, thanks. Hey, Omar, what is your favorite video you have ever filmed? Hmm, man, you're making me really have to think here. Ever? Oh, gosh, I'm gonna have to think about that. That's Yeah, give me like 5 minutes to think about that, maybe 10 minutes. I have to really think about that. Shout out from Maine. What up, Jeremy? Good question. Yeah, that's a really good one. My favorite video. God. Ah, okay, it just came to me. It just came to me. My favorite video that I have ever filmed. I would have to I mean, I have a lot. I mean, that's why it's such a hard question, because I have fun filming every video that I film. But me and my friend Mo, a couple of weeks ago, did we did two videos at like here in Florida. We have two Universals. Well, there are two theme parks within Universal Studios. There's Islands of Adventure, and then there's Universal Studios, and they're like right next to each other. And Mo and I did an overnight challenge. We stayed at this park all night long until there was nobody there. And that had I'm like, I felt like a little kid. That was honestly probably to date. I mean, it wasn't a haunted video. It was that's why I like it, like any video, because I mean, I film a lot of different things too, but that had to been just like having fun filming. That had to been like probably one of the most funner. They say that's not a word, but it's a word to me. But it's a yeah, funner video to make. It was so much fun. Uh, Tips proposal with mermaids. Well, I mean, yeah, I mean that was more emotional. It wasn't fun, but yeah, that's if I had to say my favorite video all around, like not fun wise, yeah, that's definitely that one, and some of the videos that I did, like my past before YouTube, where I'm showing like videos of my children being born and stuff. Those are very special to me. Hey, I'm back. What up, Stacy? Thank you, Teresa. I love all your videos, Omar. You ever come into Maine? Eventually, I was just talking about that a little bit ago. And thank you, Warren. I think every video you do is good. Thank you so much. Yo, Omar, come back to Pittsburgh. I want to go ghost hunting with you guys for my first time. Plus, I have the Necrophonic app. I'd love to get to meet you. What up, Tyler? Hey, thank you for that. I have done some meetups where I take like fams along, like to like locations and stuff. I don't know if I'll do one in Pittsburgh if I have a cool location that somebody wants to share with me and they're like open to bringing some people. Yeah, that's a possibility. What is your frame rate for your videos? So, my video that I uploaded this morning, the frame rate is 30 frames per second. But my average for like 99.9% of my videos is 24 frames per second. For those of you who don't know about frames per second, back in the days when they used to do film and using like film, that's why movies have like that certain look to them, where they don't really look like like super high definition or super, I don't know, it's hard to explain. Like they have this film appearance. Well, back in the day, they figured, hey, well, we have to make these films short, not short, but we to use less film, we're going to make it 24 frames per second, which in other words, think of pictures. You take pictures in video category, you take 24 pictures in a second. So in movies, that's what they were doing. They were taking 24 pictures in 1 second versus 30 pictures in a second. So 24 pictures in a second was saving them money, and that's how they would do their frame rate. That's how we got frame rates and all of that. 30 frame rates look a little, and then when you get into 60, it looks more like clear, like real smooth, but it can use up a lot of not energy, bandwidth or whatever, like from your phone. Like sometimes our phones freeze up when we use it if you have like a slow phone. Back in the day, huh? I meant like in the 19 whenever films started, like in the 1930s, maybe 19. I don't know the exact year. I'm not like a historian with film making, but 24 frames per second was something that was developed by early filmmakers to save money because movies are long. Movies are usually a little bit longer, so that's how they did their thing. So just for the people that don't understand like frame rate, things like that. Um like film negatives. Yeah. But the I don't know how they used to do it. They used to like wind the camera up. And I mean, back until I want to say the late 1990s, I mean, they were still using film, like film cameras. They just came in smaller tapes, but they were film. And if you had like 24 frames per second, it was 24 film pictures in 1 second, which that it's same thing with VHS tapes. Like those are like negative films, or not negative, but it's a film inside of the VHS tape. If you ever seen a VHS tape, some people haven't seen them before. Like, what is that, Omar? Like you're old. Do you always freak out every time Do you always freak out every time at haunted places? I think that's what you're asking. You know what? I have to say, and I'll be honest with you. There's sometimes that I don't freak out when I go to a haunted place, and there's sometimes where I may kind of exaggerate. You know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with like maybe exaggerating an emotion. Sometimes like you're excited. Sometimes it might seem like I freak out, but it's just more of an excitement thing too. But yeah, there are some times where I may like, like, oh, like what is that? And I just kind of overreact a little bit. That's just a part of who I am as a person. I tend to be an emotional with my expressions, if that makes any sense at all. Like I may like over exaggerate sometimes, you know, with anything I do, like I'll just, but I'm not saying that in a way where I'm saying like I'll fake a reaction or anything like that. But sometimes I may make a bigger deal of something that's happening than I really have to. Doesn't mean that I'm freaking out. It could just be because I'm excited. So good question. Have you ever been to Canada? Yes, many times. How do you truly tell a ghost from a human from a demon? Like, what is it? What if it's tricking you? That's a really, really good question that I don't have a full answer on. But I mean, you can usually tell. I mean, sometimes there's demons that will pretend to be like a person's ghost, and they'll even lie to you and stuff like that. I mean, most of the time, I mean, this is just my personal opinion based off of what I've seen. I mean, a lot of places that we go to, it's there are demons. I mean, that's kind of why I don't like using spirit boxes too much because you never know. Like if you're, I believe, and this is just what I've learned as a child. This is my own religious beliefs that when we die, like our spirits don't roam. I mean, maybe they do. I mean, maybe there's something that we don't know, but like what I've read in the Bible is when you die, you go with God. Like that's where you go. You go to be judged, and there's no like lingering. Like if that kind of makes heaven seem like an insecure place. If we're just here after we die. Like, I mean, if like why would we want to be here? Like, why would I want to stay here if I die? Like, I want to go somewhere better, So that's my opinion. That's and my belief, not just my opinion, but my belief. And thank you so much, Cookie. I love your name, by the way, Cookie O Finn. That's a cool name. I just wanted to thank you for not only entertaining us, but for entertaining us while be truth to yourself. Hey, that's what it's all about. And thank you. That's a very nice compliment because I never thought I could be entertaining. I mean, that's really awesome. Like, especially just being like just normal and being entertaining. But I did tell my first grade teacher. She asked me what I wanted to do when I grew up. I said I wanted to be a comedian, and she told me not in my classroom. So guess I've always wanted to be entertaining, just because I've just naturally been like goofy and stuff like that. But that means a lot. Thank you so much, and very generous of you to leave that super chat that you did. KJ Haynes said Brushy Mountain question mark. Not sure what the question was about Brushy Mountain. Where do you do research to find places to explore? That's a really man. You guys are hitting me with some dope. I love these questions, by the way. And Leanne said your vids are nice. Thank you so much. So Keely said, where do you do your research to find places to explore? Some might think that I do all of my research online. I mean, a good portion of research is from online, but believe it or not, sometimes I get history of places from you guys. I get people that will message me, send me an email, and they're like, "Hey, I got this really cool place," and yada yada yada. And it's sometimes word of mouth. It's just like with the hairdresser that does a really good job on all the people in your town. How do you know about that hairdresser? It's because you're seeing these people like, hey, wow, they got some great hair. And it's kind of the same thing with locations. If somebody goes to a really cool location or a really cool theme park, they want to share it with everybody, then they want to tell the news. And I'm kind of the same way. Anytime I go somewhere cool, I want to share it and share it with a lot of people. So yeah, that's usually, from friends, family, and not in my classroom. But yeah, that's how it was. Oh, hey Omar, I love your videos. I've been watching you 3 years. Hey, that's awesome. That's a long time. Thank you, thank you. Omar, you still barber on the side? Do you miss it? Mike, that is a very good question. I do get asked that from time to time. I was a hairdresser for 15 years. I mainly did women's hair. Yeah, some people think that maybe I was a barber, and I had guy clients that, I did like fades and cool like edge ups and things like that. But my clientele, 90% of it was women, and I would do like hair color. That was my thing, hair color. I was a hair color specialist. And sometimes I would do creative color. I would do color fix ups. Like if people went to another hairdresser, I would fix their like mess that they did. And not saying that I mean, I've messed up a couple times. It happens. You just sometimes you never know what you're getting yourself into. Somebody's hair, some people's hair, kind of weird. But I miss what I miss about it. I miss the clients that I had because they become like family to you. You're kind of learning about people's lives, when they come and sit in your chair every 6 weeks for several years, they become like your family. And you get to meet their family and their kids and their husbands, and sometimes the husbands wives. And it's I miss that. I miss the people, and like getting to see how like they progress through life and talking to them. And sometimes when people would sit in my chair, it's kind of like when you watch one of my videos, because some of you guys will watch my videos and like, hey Omar, like I really love this. And I know how that feels because I have other YouTubers that I watch, and they make me feel better when I watch their videos. So it's kind of the same thing when I would have people sit in my chair, they'd be broken. They're like, I got ugly hair. I'm so ugly, Omar. Like, can you? And then like man, hair is a big deal. Like, if you ain't feeling good about yourself, I mean, same thing. When I ain't feeling good about myself, like I get a nice like shave, I get a nice haircut, and oh my gosh, like you just feel like a different person, so refreshed. It's such a great feeling. And I would have these people that would sit in my chair and they would be so unhappy. And when they would leave, like their smiles would say it all. And that's one thing that I do miss about being a hairdresser. But I mean, I'm looking at all the optimism that, but there is some negative parts. It's about doing hair. Okay. And I'm going to explain some of them right now. Low pay. I mean, that's not the biggest one. I didn't do hair for like the money, but like I made like $20,000 a year and I had to raise my three kids, my wife Melissa at the time that she was injured and she couldn't work. Like times were rough. Like, people think that like, I'm like wealthy and I'm still not wealthy. God takes good care of me. You know what I mean? I have done well, you know what I mean? I'm not rich or anything like that. Rich with this though. But we were broke. We were poor, man. We were really, really poor. And I loved doing hair. Like it was, but that's one thing I don't miss. If I was a single guy, if you're like going to college, I mean, that's the only time I like when people ask me, "Hey Omar, like I'm thinking about going to hair school and I'm gonna make all this money doing hair." Like there's some hairdressers, look, there's some hairdressers out there that make really good money, but average pay for hairdressers is not good. That's one of the things I hate, but that's not the thing that I hate most. The money thing, you could deal with. What I hated the most was standing on your feet all day for like 10 hours, barely being able to eat lunch because you're so damn busy. My back got the most horrible pains after a couple of years doing hair. Like that was probably the worst. And I'm reminded of it when people ask me, "Can you do my hair?" And I still do some of my friends. I still got to cut my friend James' hair. And Tiffany's been asking me for a haircut. I mean, as soon as I cut someone's hair, I'm quickly reminded of that back pain. And it's like right in the middle of your back and it's hard to describe, but it's a pain that just cripples you. And that is one thing that I do not miss about doing hair. But I miss the people. That's my biggest thing is missing the people. And thank you so much, Johnny B. Good. Welcome to Gimme Kiss Fam. And that's a cool logo you got. You the man. I enjoy watching you. James Underwood. Hey, that's what's up. Um, got a couple of texts here. I gotta check my phone here in a second. Um, Jose said, Omar, in vid in the funeral home, remember the freezer when you went upstairs? I think I saw a shadow walking and it was staring at you. Ooh, that sounds scary. Hey, Omar, you ever tried Rocky Mountain oysters? No. I like seafood, but I don't like seafood like that. But I mean, yeah, maybe they say they're like an aphrodisiac or something like that. I've never tried that theory. I think I'll still stick to my like fish and shrimp. But people say they're really good. Dumpster diving videos, Stacy said. Um, Dumpster dive videos, I love doing them. I definitely miss doing dumpster dive videos, but no one really likes them. I don't know. It's just a few people do, but I wish more people like them. We should meet up in person, Sword King said. Hey, that's what's up. Maybe one day. And Feedy, thank you so much for that. I appreciate the super chat. I miss the tips and watching people grow. Stacy, that I do miss like the tips. That's really cool. And watching people grow. That's like just seeing people's progression in life. Like I remember doing like these college kids' hair and seeing how they were single and then they're married now and they have children and like that's so beautiful. Like just seeing their progression in life. And then it makes you feel old because like these people that you watched growing up like they're having kids now and it's like yeah, I'm old now like but I mean in all due respect I was very very young. I was 18 years old when I started doing hair. Yes, agreed, makes people's day. You awesome, Omar. Merida, man, huge shout out to my homie Merida here. She's so encouraging. She sends me message. I'm still talking with a list. But she sends me messages all the time, like on Twitter. She's always making these cool videos and so encouraging. And that's awesome. We need more encouragement in this world. We have so many people that are just always putting people down and um, just. I mean, not saying that we uh, we do need a little balance. Not saying that hate is good. Hate is not good, but I'd be lying to you if I told you that I didn't use some of the hate that I've gotten in my life as fuel to succeed in life. Like sometimes it's okay to have a little. I mean, the same thing with like when I started YouTube and family members of mine were like, what are you doing? Omar. Like you're stupid. Like, why are you making those videos? And I thought to myself, you know what? One day they're gonna be telling me that, like, yeah, they're gonna say sorry for saying that what you're doing is stupid. It's the same thing when people looked at hairdressing back in the day. Like, people didn't look at hairdressing like they do now. Like, it is a really good career. And I mean, I don't want to say, I just said that I'd be kind of like, what's the word, a hypocrite. But no, hairdressing is a good career if you're in the right stage. Like, where I was building my career was cool, but it just wasn't set up to do very well. But there's some people out there that they want to prove, they take that hate and they prove people wrong. And that's okay. Maybe um teachers and nurses, sometimes those careers, they're very great. And I mean, they're in certain areas, they pay very well. But there was a time where they didn't, and they were kind of frowned upon, and they were like, why are you doing that? That's stupid. Like, don't do that. But it's fulfilling, for a teacher too. Some people, the teachers don't be teaching for money. They do it because they love children, and they want to be a part of something big. Like, there's something about our teachers that's so special. I still think about some of the teachers I had that made such a difference in my upbringing, and I know some of you have too. So that's why people become teachers. So, hey, Omar, sending love from the UK. Johnny, thank you for that. I'm the owner and creator of the Nottinghamshire Paranormal Society. We love you. Give us a kiss. I can't wait to come visit the UK one day. I'll definitely have to get up, and you'll have to show me around. What is a healthy way to grow hair? Lisa asked. Healthy way to grow hair. I think the healthiest way is not having buildup. I think that's the healthy. Take your vitamins. Vitamin B is really, that's the biggest one, is vitamin B, biotin, for growing hair. And your hair will grow faster. They say that it doesn't, but it will grow faster. They also, professionals say that niacin. I take niacin just about every day, and that helps. But man, I have to say, look, like, I don't know if you guys seen my son, Max. He has this like head of like curly, like super thick. It's like a Brillo pad. And I mean, like, I have that same hair, but my hair has gotten so thin. Like, I'm 40 years old. I mean, hey, I'm happy that I have a head of hair. There's some people half my age that are losing their hair, but I had, like, my hair was so much thicker. But I'm wondering if my hair probably would not be as thick for my age if I hadn't been taking like my vitamins and biotin. And I don't take biotin, but I take niacin and vitamin B. So those are good places to start. So what up, Jared TV? That's my homie right there. He did an awesome video recently. I loved it. He's lucky. I'm 27 on my way to Norwood. Hey, that's what's up. My buddy Pete uses horse shampoo. Some people say that's true. Some people do say that horse shampoo works. I haven't personally tried that. The shampoo that I use is called Nioxin, and it removes buildup, because sometimes buildup can clog up your follicles and make your hair thin. So Nioxin is like a bionutrient cleanser that takes all that buildup off your scalp, so then your scalp is clean. But I mean, I use that every day, and I mean, I still have like some thinning hair, but I mean, it could be worse. It could be worse. I'm thankful that I have hair for sure. Are you into NFTs, Omar? I have a couple NFTs. Just a couple small ones. Have you ever been to Minnesota? Have not. Does biotin work for hair loss? I believe it does, but some people say that biotin is more for like growing hair, like to make your hair grow like faster, like speedy hair. But I would say any kind of vitamin B is a good, what's the word? It's an encouraging vitamin for your hair. How do you spell that? I'm not sure what you were saying. Prenatal vitamins. Well, prenatal vitamins, like, that's the things that it have in them, like vitamin B, uh, biotin. There's something else too. Oh gosh, I can't think of it. There's a really good vitamin in prenatal vitamins. It's good for. But I mean, as a guy, I mean, can you take prenatal? I think guys could take prenatal. I don't know. I don't know. Stefan. What's up, Omar? Just wanted to say, keep up the great work. Me and my fiance, Tiffany. Hey, I have a fiance named Tiffany. Love watching the videos and just found out we're having a baby girl. Oh, dude, that's so awesome. I remember when I found out I was having a baby girl. It was literally it was such a, I mean, anytime, even when I was having my baby boys, but like I had my two boys, and when I found out I was having my baby girl, like I couldn't be any more excited. Like it was so special. But wow, we've been live for over an hour, hour and 15 minutes. Man, time flies. I even said I was just gonna go live for like maybe 20 minutes or something. Um, are you gonna be doing any more random nada video? I think you meant to say random nautica. And yes, I I'm not really using the Randonautica app, but I'm using my app called Intentions. Uh, what is this? Uh, Prenatal vitamins is awesome, Raven said. But yeah, Intentions is a very similar app. Same logic behind Randonautica with a random location finding based off your intentions, but it's a little simplified, a little bit more simplified, easier to use in my opinion, and that's why I love using that app. The last video that I used it on though, like it, I don't know. It's just I don't know what people want to watch nowadays. So I'm just trying to experiment and hopefully like I don't know these videos that we're doing are not getting lost on the YouTube algorithm. But I just keep trying. I keep trying different things here and there and seeing if they could perform a little better. I am working on a really big project right now, and I noticed that when it comes to documentary videos, they do really well, but they just take me so long to do. And I'm working on a really big documentary right now. And there's what's cool about it is it's not just a documentary and a story of this event, but I also go to this location, which is not in Florida, and I film there too. Very similar to if you watch my Bathsheba video, where I did a whole story, the true story of Bathsheba, which happened to be the witch from The Conjuring. And I should almost do a part two to that video because I even found out some other stuff that I didn't say in that video. But not only did I do a story, but I went to her grave afterwards, and it happened to be in Rhode Island. It was in Rhode Island or Connecticut. No, Rhode Island. And people really like that. It like blew them away. It's like you're telling this story and this whole documentary, and then like bam, like I'm at this location that I was talking about. And yeah, people really enjoyed it. It's a little harder to do, but I think when you go the extra mile on content, and this is some advice to some of you content creators on there, even if it's something simple, if and this is something Mr. Beast, the king of YouTube, he's even said it, and he's very open about sharing tricks and success that he's had, and he's really big on that. I study him a lot, but he said it himself. If you go the extra mile on, even if it's something that's just a few seconds in your video, people do notice those details. So don't ever be afraid to make your video even better. Not saying that you have to put all this extra work. Sometimes like less is more, but I don't know. I've noticed with my content, I mean, it's not for everybody, but the more that I do, the more time and dedication, it always works out to my benefit and how the video performs. I mean, that's not always the truth, but it's most of the time. Releach the Kraken, Omar. Can you put your videos into a collaboration video about as long as you can of all your old videos that don't get views so people like me can put your videos on? Oh man, Donna, that's the sweetest thing ever, man. That's thank you. Thank you for I mean, even considering that. I mean, I guess I'm not gonna lie, I got some shitty videos too. I got some older videos that are crap. I even feel like the video that I uploaded, I mean, not that it was done very well, but the video that I uploaded on Omar Gosh TV on my other channel, I almost didn't even release that video. In fact, I almost didn't even film that video. We went to this location. It's called the Moonville Tunnel. We were in outside of Cincinnati, Ohio, and I found this really cool haunted tunnel that had a lot of history behind it, a lot of cool stories. And I started doing all this research. I even start telling the story about the place. And I mean, it's in the middle of freaking nowhere. And one of the stories was about this guy that can be seen with a lantern that was run over supposedly by a train. And I start looking in the woods and I saw what looked like a lantern. And I got so excited because I even caught it on camera. When I get a little closer to the location, there is like, I'm not even exaggerating. It was like 65 paranormal investigators in the middle of nowhere exploring this tunnel. And not that I'm not a hater, okay? But like it's like the night that I mean, I'm on a strict schedule when I'm traveling, and the night that I happen to hit this tunnel, they have this convention. It's like a paranormal convention, and they're having this there. And that what I'm trying to say is like I got there. I was so discouraged because I was so upset that I had driven all day to get to this location. I wanted to make a cool video for y'all on YouTube. And I mean, like, how cool can you make a video when there's 60 people around in a place that's supposed to be quiet? For making creepy content, like the less people you have, the better because it's quiet and you get to like explore a place. So I almost didn't like I was getting ready to leave and Tiffany's like, "Hey, you're already here." I mean, so what if there's some people here? Maybe you could talk to them. Maybe they could share with you some of the experience. And she was right. And it ended up being a cool video. But I mean, I myself wasn't really happy with the video. And that's just me being hard on myself. When you're a content creator, like I said, you have to be hard on yourself. That's the only way that you grow. You have to, and that's not just a content creator. That's in anything. You think Walt Disney wasn't hard on himself and didn't have a certain expectation to meet before he became who he was. And Walt Disney, he's another big inspiration in my life. Like things that man, that guy was such a grinder. And every time somebody would say no to him, he would just move on and just try to find another way. That's what it's all about in anything in life, is trying to find another way, thinking outside the box. Thank you, William. I love you watching your channel. Gloria said, "I love that video." Hey, and you know what? Thank you, because I was a little hard on myself because it's like, man, this video, like it wasn't that scary. I love making a video really scary, and it's just like like not all the time. I guess can a video be scary? Um, Omar, I had a girlfriend in Tampa Bay, Florida, and she works in Goodwill store. Her name is Stephanie. If you see her in Goodwill store in Tampa, I don't go to the Goodwills in Tampa. I live like an hour from Tampa, not gonna lie, so I doubt. But hey, I'll keep that in mind if I do end up in Tampa one day and head in towards a Goodwill. I will say hello to her for you. You need to come to Oklahoma. I definitely do need. I want to go to Oklahoma. Fremont Lights in North Carolina, similar story. Man with lantern. Yeah, and I've heard of that too. I have heard of that. Thank you, England's 101. Moonville is closer to Athens. Not okay. My bad. I don't know Ohio very well, or the south part of Ohio that well. But thank you for that. Thank you for the super chat. Um, go during the day, not as many people. I guess that was a real popular hotspot. And supposedly there's another tunnel that's not far from there that is not as busy, and it's just as haunted with some cool history. I didn't even know. I guess a lot of people don't know about it. Will you do any more haunted vampire school again? If I end up in New Orleans, I will definitely hit that place up, but we have to make some calls and get some permission again to go there. We love you too, Ben. Thank you. Are you and Mo going to hang out and do videos again? I just was hanging out with Mo. I was just talking about that. We made a couple of videos. Like, I mean, we were hanging out just a week ago, but he's busy right now on working on a big project, and I'm busy too. I'm doing some other stuff. It doesn't mean that I'm like he's one of my best friends. I love Mo. Aside from being constant content creators and making videos together, but yeah, we got some new videos coming out that we filmed, we haven't released yet. So yeah, that's in the works for sure. Amanda, me too. I watch your videos over. Amanda is the best. If you guys don't know, that's my mod right there. One of my mods. I got some great mods here. Susie, Amanda, Merida. Mods, why don't you say a comment here so I could say what's up to you. But Amanda, she is on Facebook and she makes all these like cool posts. Even she even made like a Facebook group for Tiffany, which I thought was like the sweetest thing. And she goes to all my friends and like CJ, Mo, I think even my friend Carlos, and she does these really cool pictures. And we love you so much, Amanda. Don't ever get that twisted. So Jenny, give me kiss. That's what's up. That's my homie. Sam, I love Sam. Like you guys are seriously the best. My mods are the best. Jared, I'm gonna tell you, he's one of the coolest, nicest guys ever. Like he shares like on his channel, like anybody, like almost everybody, he shares their videos and he's like, hey, check out my brother. Like, I mean, he's just such a big-hearted guy and so down to earth. But yeah, that's my homie right there, Jared. Go show him some love. Also got some cool videos. Tasha, can't forget my homie Tasha. Thank you, Omar. You're so sweet. You're the sweetest. Stephanie too. Love Stephanie. But yeah, I mean, have some great mods. Always here hanging out in my chats. Everyday treasures, can't forget everyday treasures. That's my homie right there up in Indiana. Definitely gonna come see you soon. Rochelle, can't forget Rochelle. What's up, Becky? What's up, Jacqueline? Hey, Donna. Hey, Elizabeth. Kayla, I was so bored yesterday and I was about to go to bed till I saw you posted. Hey, that's what's up. And we got 1,000 likes here, but gosh, I didn't think that I was gonna be live this long, not gonna lie. But I'm very thankful that I got to talk to y'all and hang out for a little bit. My eyes are getting a little heavy, ain't gonna lie. So I'm probably gonna go to sleep. This sleep monster has caught up to me, to my ADHD, and I'm gonna have to definitely get off here. Really sorry to my members. I keep saying I'm going to do a members only live stream, and I was even tempted to make this live stream like a members only chat, but I was like, you know what? I want to do like just a real simple. When we go traveling, James and I, we're going to be doing all kinds of live streams. So make sure you have notifications turned on when we go travel. I don't really like to do very many videos here at home so much, a couple reasons, but I usually stay pretty busy here at home, like with editing and other things that I got going on, like with like my rental property and stuff like that. Can I get a shout out? Of course you can, Charles, and thank you so much. Brand the fam, hey, thank you for that, bro. You have a good night. But yeah, I want everybody to have a good night. Say your prayers, you know, stay true to yourself, always be kind to others. That's very important. We live in such a negative world. It's very important to encourage those around, especially people that we love. But I mean, it doesn't have to always be people that we love. Sometimes you can see somebody going through something really hard, and maybe they're acting a little mean, somebody in public. You never know what somebody's going through. Us as humans, we tend to make mistakes and maybe take things out on people, and we don't mean to. And sometimes that may be the scenario where you have a bad, not saying that when you're having a bad day, you should take it on anybody. I'm not condoning that behavior at all. But sometimes you just never know what somebody's going through. I mean, we had somebody on here the other day saying that they hated us or something like that. It was something stupid. It was something for James live stream. And you know what? We like reached out to them. We're like, hey, I hope that whatever you're going through in life, it's not causing you to be bitter. And we're praying for you. So you just never know. Encourage those around you because it does help. That's all I'm trying to say. Give somebody a hug, you know? So shout out to Coin Lee Lie. Sorry if I said that wrong. I am terrible with name spelling. Erica, I said that, Erica Marie TV. All you guys have a good night. I'm gonna go to sleep now, and I will hopefully see you in the next video. Thank you. Maybe tomorrow. I don't know. I need to get back on I have a live stream channel, so I won't be doing many live streams here unless I'm behind on vlogs, which I clearly am. But you guys are so loved. Never forget that. All right. You are the best. Best family ever. Peace. Good night. Love you.